And like I said earlier, right, one of the things you mentioned in there is, yes, we have a tightening supply. And the houses that are moving tend to be on the higher end of the average or median price. And like you said earlier, we've got an aging stock. So the majority of our homes, well over half of our homes, were built pre-1980. A lot of them haven't even been updated, let alone on the outside, in the inside either.
Yeah.
I know that was a thing for us when we moved back out here in 2012. We were looking at housing inventory in 2012, and there were homes that we were looking at hadn't been touched on the inside since the 70s. And in 2012, we decided, you know what, we can build something new cheaper than what we can go buy that hadn't been touched in 30, 40 years. That's not the case anymore today.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we got it done when we got it done.
Right.
But so yeah, aging stock is an issue. And so therefore there's a replacement need, not just in rehabbing some of the existing ones that have good bones, but we got to replace some of that old stock with, there's actually a need for new builds, and not just multifamily rentals, but homes to buy or even single family, multifamily homes to rent. Either way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Like we said, look, you've got 11,000 rental units and you've got 7,000 students looking for a place to live. Then you've got the base. They've only got 250 on-base units. And then everyone else they're competing for rental space. You've got Shannon, they're hiring, and they're going to add a couple of thousand workers in the next few years.
One of our biggest employers.
And so then now you start adding it up, right? And a lot of these folks are renters. They don't make enough money to qualify for a mortgage. Again, unless it's a dual income household,
right? And
they've got good credit.
But some people just don't, though. They would just rather rent anyway.
Some people would rather rent. You know, of all wage scales, there's I guarantee you there's somebody right now who's an empty nester in San Angelo who's 50, 60, 70 years old in a house that they could sell for $400,000 to $700,000. But they're not going to do it because there's nowhere for them to down. There's no luxury rentals. They don't want to live in an apartment complex with students and Air Force people.
There's not an equivalent option.
No offense to them, but when you get to that age and you want to downgrade, you want something nice and
relatively new and low maintenance costs.
In all price ranges, I think there's demand for rental, but especially for lower income. I mean, the demand for housing in San Angelo, in every city, all across America, is workforce housing.
So let's talk about that, right? So you have target prices mentioned in your report. So for homes and rentals, what did you find is that sweet spot for a target price for home buying and also for rental properties?
So for the median household income in the court, again, this is a household of 60,000, which so they can afford a $185,000 home. And, we look at for rental, most renters, folks that make $35,000, $40,000, they're going to need a unit between $1,000 and $900 a month. And again, it's hard to build anything. You can't build anything new for those prices. It has to be, to get those prices, there has to be some sort of help, either, again, like I said, land cost, infrastructure cost, utility cost. There has to be something there.
Some changing in the codes that allow you
some sort of incentive, or and I don't know, changing the code is not gonna. I don't know that it's gonna. We'd have to talk to the builders.
Changing the code alone may not get us there.
I don't believe so. It's not just. It's everything. It's changing. It's opening up the zoning, which they're working on here.
Yeah,
that's going to happen, I believe. And a lot of this information is going to go into that. But I believe that builders do want to build townhomes and garden homes and patio homes. Yeah. In every city that I work in, the real estate agents all say the homes that sell the quickest are the garden homes and patio homes. Those have the lowest days on market.
Good. And that makes sense, right? There's less maintenance, right?
But again, these aren't 50-foot lots, and they've got different setbacks. So we don't want to have to go through like a special process
just to put something like that up.
Right.
Almost it needs to be pre-approved.
Right.
Go in, do it.
Right.
Get it done. Move people in.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.